Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. I know I haven't been able to do a lot of live streams the past couple of weeks, but we're here now. We're going to do a live stream for UFC Weeks 100. This card is taking place at 4 p.m. Eastern Time in the evening today. So should be a fun card. We had a lot of cancellations on this card. A bunch of fights fell through. Sopai, I was really excited to see Sopai back. He was supposed to fight Ricky Turcios, but that's not happening. Unfortunately, Ricky Turcios had some weight cut problems or like some medical issues. I'm not sure what the reason was. From what I can see on Tapology, it says that he had some weight cut problems or like the doctor just didn't clear him. So and it's probably better for Sopai. He's not gonna be coming back that early anymore after the way he got KO'd. Viciously. What was that, back in March? I think that was back in March. So probably better for him. He's only 24 years old. Yeah, as much as I want to see him, maybe he can take a couple months off. They can probably rebook that fight. Maybe Terza doesn't want to fight him. I don't know. Terza doesn't really seem like the type of guy who would be avoiding, not trying to fight him. So probably gonna make that match eventually. What's going on, Grimy? Let's go, brother. Let's go. Let's make some money on this card, man. Bro, last week I was doing so good, like the early card, and I missed, like, I couldn't watch the whole card like consistently. I was outside. I was watching my phone. I was in Discord, and I was like, I missed a couple of fights, and Yusuf Jalal went out there, got the submission. I wish I put more than $25 on that. Probably should have put at least 100 on that. That would have been really good. Yeah, this card, this card's not horrible. It's just a lot of cancellations on this card, man. I wish there wasn't so many cancellations on this card. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, there's like so many canceled fights. At least they were able to find a replacement for Zaleski, right? So at least Zaleski has an opponent now. What's going on, Henry? Henny Mac. What's going on, Henny? Are you drinking that Henny this morning, brother? Bro, I don't think I'm gonna be drinking today or like doing anything because I want to at least do a live stream for this card, so I want to be sober. I want to be there. Last week I was at my friend's place and like we're fucking drinking just a couple of beers, not something crazy, but still. What's going on, Nred? How's it going, guys? Hope you guys had a beautiful week, man. This week's it's getting cold up here, guys. It's getting fucking cold up here now. It's crazy how cold it is now. Yeah, like how many canceled fights? We had Nicholas Dalby, obviously. I had Nicholas Dalby at plus money. I was kind of like, I don't know, I was thinking that one over because Zaleski is not an easy fight. I knew that was probably gonna go the distance, so I'm kind of glad that fight ended up being canceled because I'm actually not glad. Dalby at plus money is never a bad play because he's gonna go out there and fight 3 hard rounds. But I was kind of worried that Zaleski could maybe take him down, backpack him for a couple of rounds and maybe win like that. I know that fight was going to go the distance. That fight to go the distance was like minus 400. Over 2.5 rounds was like minus 400. It was actually kind of crazy. So like, I've loved like only like 2 bets on this card. I'm not really like doing a lot of crazy parlays. I don't know. I'm playing like a couple of long shot parlays, like $20-$30 on those, like, but not like serious parlays. I don't know. This could be like an easy parlay card. It's an Apex though. Like that's the thing that always kind of worries me. Apex cards when there's like some big chalky favorites that are supposed to win they don't really have a lot of experience, right? At least like UFC 309 or UFC 308. There was like some big favorites. There weren't a lot of big favorites. There was a few. They went out there and like actually looked minus 200, minus 300, minus 400. So I'm not sure how many of these guys are gonna look minus 300, minus 400. Like Denise Gomes minus 500. Like Jesus Christ. Like she's gonna. Maybe she can find a knockout. I get it. She's fighting Karolina Kowalkiewicz, who's like fucking 50 years old at this point. She should be a grandmother at home, not be fighting in a cage anymore. But yeah, it's like this card. I feel like there's like some landmines on this card, and you just got to be careful, right? You just got to be careful. Like, so hopefully, like, this year overall, like, there hasn't been a lot of underdogs winning this year. I think it's like 70% favorites are winning this year. It's been mostly a favor heavy year this year, so. Maybe we could see a few underdogs come through on this card. I feel like there's going to be at least a couple. So let's go, man. Let's go, Henny. Glad I got Prot his early at minus. I think that's not bad. Right now, like, I'm just not sure what I should do with Prot his. Like, if he was like minus 2, okay, not if he was like minus 400, I'd probably parlay him with his homeboy, what's his name, Mauricio Huffy, who's fighting next week, but he's like minus 900, so like it's not even worth parlaying him. I feel like you're gonna have to pick a knockout. I mean, he's gonna have to be the first one to KO James on top, who's taking this fight on short notice. I mean, his fight with the what was it, Charlie Campbell? I think that fight was actually gonna be really entertaining to watch because the Charlie has power. He goes for it, like he's willing to exchange in the pocket. James on top. I mean, he's probably gonna try to mix in takedowns. I don't know. He's taking this fight on short notice. So like next week, yeah, we already had a couple cancellations next week. I mean, Mirzakhonev's not fighting next week anymore. He had some I don't know, like I don't know what happened, but yeah, he's 34 years old now or something like that. I don't know. He's like at least 35 right now. And he's like he's gotta be active more. He's gotta be more active. I mean, Nikita Krylov, like we're supposed to see him back finally. We're not gonna see him maybe unless they find a replacement for him, which they might be able to do. But maybe they can give him Johnny Walker. Let's give him Johnny Walker. I mean, I want to see Johnny Walker. I could see Nikita Krylov knocking out Johnny Walker at this point. But yeah, Malik, Gomes, Julian. I only like one of them. Like one of them, I trust really. Like Gomes minus 500. Like I picked her as underdog before. Like I picked her over what's that girl's Bruno Brazil. Like yeah, she was like plus 200 underdog there. And I didn't think she was gonna knock her out. Like I took her money line at like plus 200 and spent out there knocked out Bruno Brazil, who's kind of chinny. I mean, like Kowalkiewicz is not as chinny. I feel Bruno Brazil is getting better. I mean, also he's training at Fighting Nurse, is definitely getting better now. But yeah, that's actually solid parlay. Like, are you getting plus money on that? Malik, Pratis, Robertson. I feel like that's gonna be like minus 150, right? Yeah, that's like I just can't like parlay 3 or 4 legs to get not even plus money. It's like it's just kind of tough, you know. It's just fucking tough. How confident in my own Denise? I'm pretty confident. I feel like if he's able to stop takedowns, I mean, just the striking, I feel like he can knock out Tybora early. Tybora is like one of those guys that can hang around if you don't put him away. And obviously he's got wrestling race, so there's definitely like a part of me that's like kind of worried about but Denise at plus money, I feel like it's worth a shot. Because I'm sure he's working on that takedown defense and like it's not like these guys like Tybor are like really good wrestlers. It's not like they're not like Hamza Chimaev or anything, right? Like he can get a takedown. I mean, he got a takedown on Tuivasa, but Tuivasa's like I think it's mentally checked out from the game at this point. I think Tybor is like he just wanted to win that fight more than Tuivasa, and Tuivasa was lighting him up early, and Tuivasa's not as quick as Denise. He's definitely probably got more power, one punch power than Denise. Yeah, I like Denise at plus money. In my breakdown, I was like kind of worried about him getting taken on, and I mean, if Tybura goes out there like puts that wrestling game plan on him early, I feel like he probably can take him down. Maybe he can take his back, submit him. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. But if he can't, if Denise can stay at range, I mean, not let him get up close. I feel like he can just like win this fight pretty easy. I probably prot his KO. Yeah, I think that's solid. Like I think like Magny, like bro, you know what's crazy though? Magny like by submission is like plus 1600. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've been thinking about that submission. Like maybe put $20 on that submission because it's crazy, right? Like we haven't seen Prates. I'm not saying he's gonna go out there and like get caught up in the submission. I mean, that's probably not gonna happen. But at this price, bro, you never know. With I don't think he's gonna get stopped. But like minus 1600 for Magny to get a submission. I mean, if Prates can't put him away early, like I could see Prates locking in a submission of his own. I mean, that could happen also. But yeah, what's going on, Hobknocker? I hope this whole fight needs scene, fighting nerd scene gets derailed. I don't know why call me a hater, but I'm not digging that logo. Bro, they're fucking brothers over there that train really hard and they have good game plans. Like I think that's one of the reasons they're winning so much out there. But yeah, it's like everyone knows how good they are, so like you're not gonna be able to bet them at a lower price anymore. Remember when we have Gene Silva like -1 plus money over Dober? He was like plus money over Jourdain. Like how crazy was that, right? You're probably not gonna see what's his name, Jon Silva like plus money anywhere close to plus money unless he fights someone in top 15 anytime soon. So yeah, I'm like pretty confident. I'm confident up to like I already bet him at plus 117. So like I might like hedge by Tabora by submission or something like that. I mean, if I want, but it's only 1 unit, so I'm not like too worried. If I was like putting like more than $100 on him, I'd probably be like, okay, maybe I gotta like be worried about that, him getting taken on. But yeah, I feel like he's like also Tybora's taking this fight on short notice, right? So like that's also a factor in this fight. I feel like I didn't get plus one. You got plus money on that? That's good. I think that's good enough then if you got plus money on that. Because now, like, I think what's his name? This guy, Malik, I think he's like minus 500 now, almost minus 500. So like, I don't know, like parlaying him it's probably better to play him inside the distance than parlaying him at this point. Melissa, I like Melissa Dixon. I mean, let's talk about this fight, right? So Melissa, she missed weight for the second time in a row. I mean, last time she's a minus 400 over Nora Cardinoli. And what do you know? She missed weight, but for that fight also. And I feel like either way, like these girls, I feel like I don't know. I don't know if Claudia has the potential to finish Mullins, but I feel like Mullins can find a finish here if she gets on top of her. Claudia hasn't really fought anyone. I mean, like I watched tape on her, and she's got some striking. I mean, like I don't know, it's not really that impressive. And I feel like there's a possibility that we could see this one being a finish in this one. I mean, which is like plus 170 for this fight to finish ITD. Could be a submission, could be a KO, TKO, ground and pound from the Mullins side. So that's the only thing I put in a long shot parlay. Fight doesn't go to this, a long shot parlay that I'm playing. Not an official play. I'm not gonna put like $100 on her fight to be finished into this. And I think you can add it to like a long shot parlay to juice up some odds if you want. That's probably not a bad idea on this one. Because Sygula, like she hasn't really been fighting at this level. She's fought in like Poland. She's Polish, right? I think she's Polish. Let me see. Yeah, she's from Poland. I mean, they don't really have to, unless you're fighting in KSW, which she didn't fight in KSW. Like, why would you not fight in KSW when you're in Poland? Like that, I feel like that goes to show that she's not really like confident in her skills to go out there and fight in the biggest promotion, KSW. Even though KSW, like even if she fight in KSW, I probably wouldn't still pick her because I don't think there's like a lot of tough opposition opponents in KSW when it comes to WMA. So like, but I think that would have probably would have like maybe considered picking her if she fought in KSW, fight against some better opposition. The only girl she fought that's made it anywhere, like that has made it to PFL Bellator, it was against like Solback. I think it was Solback back in like what was it, like a couple years ago, back in 2021. And Solback is actually pretty horrible. She's really green. So the fact that she was able to go out there and submit her, finish her, I feel like there's a possibility Mullins can find that submission. But I'm like, thing I'm worried about Mullins is like, I'm not sure if she's taking this fight serious. Like, I don't know. Maybe she could have made weight if she cut her hair. Maybe they should have just let her cut her hair. I mean, now she's gonna be paying her 30% of her purse, and like she can make 135. It's not like she can't make 135. She's made 135 before when she made her debut. Melissa Dixon, Claudia. So I think like the under 2.5 rounds. I like fight doesn't go to distance. I mean, why play the under 2.5 when you can play a fight doesn't go to distance? I mean, get more than, because what if she just takes her down over and over? Eventually, she gets a submission later. I feel like that happens a lot in WMA. But yeah, I think that's gonna go under 2.5 rounds. It's not like confident. I'm not like crazy confident to telling you to go put all your money on the under. But I just feel like there's a chance this one can go under. Stamann versus Blackshear under. I'm not sure, man. I feel like the only way that goes under if Blackshear is able to lock in a submission or something like that. I mean, I'm not sure if he's gonna do that. Tybura is pretty old. I worry about the takedown. Yeah. Like even Williams, right? He wasn't like really trying to take him down early because the UFC told him. Like, I guess the UFC, he came out and said the UFC told him that you got to be more entertaining out there. And I guess he was trying to. He shot like a half-ass takedown. I mean, I was watching that fight back, and like he wasn't really shooting proper takedowns. Tybura, I mean, who's a better wrestler, Tybura or Williams? I feel like it's Williams. Carl Williams is a better wrestler. He's more athletic. He also has a better chin. I don't think he's been KO'd before, right? He's never been KO'd before, so maybe I could be wrong on that. I don't really remember. I don't think he's been KO'd before, so he was taking some big shots. If Denise can keep it standing, I feel like he's gonna win that fight at least like 7 out of 10 times. If he gets taken on, I mean, he got taken on by Carl Williams and he really didn't have much to offer. So I'm not sure how much he's working on that ground game. If he might be a turtle off his back, you never know. That's what happens with a lot of these heavyweights. I mean, because I don't feel like a lot of them work on their ground game. once you're in the top 5, like Volkov or like Aspinova and like even Gon, like we know Gon doesn't really have much to offer when he gets taken on. So like a lot of heavyweights, you never really know with them. Denise, I feel like I'm just kind of like I feel like he's got potential and he's got a lot of time to improve. Whereas Tybura is like he's gonna be as good as he is already. I mean, but he's tough though. He's definitely tough. Remember when Romanov like beat him up really badly in the first round, then he kind of gassed. I mean, so I'm not that's probably not a good comparison because Denise is like he fights like at a controlled pace. He's not gonna be going crazy in the first round. He's probably gonna I feel like he's gonna take his time. He's gonna be kicking his legs off and he's gonna just not go crazy for a finish early. If the finish is there, he'll go for it. Like if it's not there, he's not gonna go for it. Like you guys remember that Karolina fight? Like he just took his time, right? He's a kickboxer and he's definitely one of the better strikers at heavyweight right now. More technical striker. Yeah, Tybura, I don't see Tybura knocking him out on the feet. If he takes him down and gets on top of him, he's definitely a heavy dude. He can like get him out of there maybe like that. I mean, but I feel like Denise has a lot of upside in that one. At plus money right now, like I feel like he's definitely the side right now. If he's like minus 150 next week, yeah, just stay away from him next week. I feel like the lines are gonna flip eventually. Because he was like minus 170 over Derek Lewis. And Derek Lewis can knock you out on the feet. I mean, Derek Lewis is way more dangerous on the feet, right? Whereas like Tybura, he's gonna need to get it to the ground to be dangerous. Or yeah, I think he's gonna need those takedowns to get that finish, or he's just gonna have to take him down over and over and over. I don't know. Can you do that? I mean, he's done that before to Spivak. I mean, it was years ago, so I don't know if he's gonna be able to do that anymore at 39 years old. Let's go. Mullins fight should go over. I mean, that's what the books think is gonna go over. I feel like there's a likelihood it goes under because Mullins has pretty vicious ground and pound, and it's like we have seen her get finished out there, so it's not like CC can be finished out there, right? We've seen her get TKO'd in the first round or like second was a second. I think it was the second round. I'm not saying Claudia can finish her, but at 135, I mean, there's a probability we can see a finish here. It's just the way Mullins fights, right? Even before she made it to the UFC, we've seen her go out there and like take a beating early in the first round and then the striking exchanges with Daria Lesnikova. And then so once he got that fight to the mat, it was pretty much over from there. Mansour Abdul-Malik, Dusko Todorovic over 1.5 rounds. You're playing with fire, bro. You're playing with fire. I don't know. Like I wouldn't bet the over in that one. It could go over, like, but I feel like Mansour gets a takedown, it's gonna be over soon. Like I don't think Todorovic has much to offer. Like even if RoboCop, I remember if RoboCop like took him down. I mean, I feel like RoboCop probably could have finished him on the mat. I mean, RoboCop just wasn't trying to take him down; he was just trying to knock him out on the feet, and he was able to go the distance there. He actually didn't look horrible in that matchup, but now he's coming back after knee injury, and he's coming back after a huge layoff. And we've seen guys go out there and knock him out early in the first round. He's been KO'd 3 times in the first round, so like, just a tricky fight to play over in, unless you think Malik's gonna hold him down just for like a couple of rounds, just like for the first 7 minutes and not throw ground and pound. But Malik has pretty vicious ground and pound. Like if he gets that takedown on you, bro, like it's not gonna take much. I feel like this guy has nasty elbows. It's not gonna take much to like finish you. I was thinking about playing the first round KO, but it's like minus 105. Her fight to end in the first round. I feel like it's gonna go under. I feel like I'm leaning towards under in that one. Because Todorovic, we haven't really seen him in a long time, and he's been KO'd 3 times in the first round. Like, Pride his is gonna lose one day because his cigarettes. Bro, I don't know. Maybe I guess we're gonna see what kind of cardio he has right now that he's smoking darts. I mean, he's probably been smoking darts his whole life. I don't know if that's really a concern. Yo, let's go. We got fucking 8 months for Nate Brown, bro. W's for Nate Brown. Guys, can we get some W's for Nate Brown? Also gifting a membership on the channel. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the support, man. Bro, I want to do more live streams. I haven't been able to do a lot of live streams the past couple weeks. But yeah, I want to get back on the grind, bro, you know? So appreciate the love, brother. Appreciate the love. Rome now. Yeah, I've seen this, bro. That fight was so horrible. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I was actually considering betting on Nascimento by decision, but I'm actually happy I didn't do it. That fight was so bad. Like that fight, like I was kind of glad I wasn't live because I would have been pissed watching that fight on the live stream. It was so bad. I mean, Romano was tired as fuck, bro. He was so tired. And after the first round, like you can tell he was tired, and Nascimento just wasn't doing anything. I mean, why isn't he cut? He just should cut him also. They need to cut Nascimento also. I don't get it. Like, why is Romanov the only one that's getting the red slip? I mean, it should be both of them at the same time. I mean, they should pack him up. I mean, send him back to fucking I don't know. Nascimento, he's still ranked in the top 15. It's pretty crazy. Like, how is this guy ranked in top 15? I wish they made Denise versus Nascimento. I think it'd be easy fight for Denise. Mullins Sygula fight round 2 starts round 2. I think it'll probably start round 2. I think it's gonna start round 2, but what is that, like minus 700, minus 800? It's probably gonna start round 2. So I feel like if there's a finish, it's probably gonna be like second, third round finish, something like that. I feel like it's gonna like ground and pound. Mullins is posted to finish, so it's gonna go the distance. I feel like she's gonna go for the finish. I mean, she's already losing a ton of money, so she's probably gonna look for the bonus. She's gonna pay 30% of her purse to Sygula, so she's gonna beat her up. I feel like she's gonna make her fucking regret for taking this fight. All right, let's move on to the next fight, guys. So, like, personally, like, I have a long shot parlay, but the Mullins fight not to go the distance at like plus 170 in a long shot parlay. I'm not really willing to bet her money line. I feel like she can win. Claudia is like pretty horrible. Her striking doesn't have a lot of power on the feet. I mean, I know she's finished some absolute cans out there. Yeah, I can't really pick her here. She will throw nice knees in the clinch. I mean, I like her clinch game. It's not horrible. We've seen Mullins have trouble like taking knees to the abdomen. Her fucking stomach. I mean, so her liver. So if she's able to throw knees in the clinch, I mean, she might be able to get her out of there. Because Mullins, we've seen her break under pressure, so that could happen. I feel like there's a chance that could happen. But so fight doesn't go distance. I feel like it's better than playing Mullins ITD because we have seen her get finished out there. So it's not like she's the only one that can finish people. Even though Nora Carnoli is not really known as a power puncher. Let's be honest, she's pretty horrible on the feet. She was able to go out there and land some knees. I mean, she's better than Sygula, I feel like, but she's really not that good. And I picked Nora Carnoli over that girl she fought recently. What was her name? I can't remember her name right now. I can't remember her name, but yeah, it was a rematch, I think. Let's go. Mullins, Sygula. Yeah, I think that's not a bad parlay piece. You want to add that to a parlay. Yeah, let's move on to next fight. So next fight on the card, guys, is Gore. Tresean Gore taking on Antonio Trocoli. So Tresean Gore was supposed to fight. Who was he supposed to fight? I know he had a fight coming up, and I was picking him as underdog in that one. Even though I'm not really high on Tresean Gore, but yeah, I was picking him over that guy. I mean, who was that guy that he's supposed to fight a couple like months ago? He was supposed to fight AJ Dobson. Yeah, AJ Dobson. He was supposed to fight Bo Nickel back in 2020, 2023. So he's had some injuries or like some stuff he's been dealing with, and this is probably his last fight on the contract, right? Is this his last fight on the contract? I feel like it is, right? Yeah, he's supposed to fight Bo Nickel. Gore had a torn wrist ligament. I mean, so like he's coming back after a layoff now, and he's fighting Trocoli. Trocoli, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm not sure what Trocoli's good at. Like, what is he good at? Is he gonna get takedowns? I mean, he couldn't get takedowns on Sharab Magomedov. I mean, even though I do think Sharab's a lot better than Tresean Gore when it comes to striking, but is he better in the wrestling? Trocoli, like I know he took that fight on short notice, but he was supposed to fight Ikram Aliskerov, so we can't really cut him a break, that much of a break, because he was supposed to fight anyways. Then he ended up fighting what's his name, Sharab Magomedov, because they needed someone to fight Whitaker that week. I remember at UFC Abu Dhabi. Tresean Gore, I like his striking more. I feel like he's got better striking, but if you guys watch the weigh-ins, bro, Trocoli is huge. I mean, this guy is fucking huge for the weight class. So, like, is he going to go out there and knock out Tresean Gore? That could happen. I could see a world where Trocoli just goes for it early in the first round, knocks him out, because we have seen Tresean Gore knocked out before. So, like, Brandes was to knock him out. And normally, Brandes is not really known for knocking people out on the feet. He's known for, like, taking you down, taking your back and submitting you, or like catching you in a guillotine choke. I mean, we've seen him go out there and do that, but knocking people out on the feet, I mean, really haven't seen that much. I mean, but yeah, I was watching that Brian Battle fight back. I mean, back when Brian Battle was fighting at 185, It's pretty crazy. Baron Bell's actually fought at 265 before. I think that's his first ever MMA fight where he fought at, or maybe it was, I think it was a MMA fight where he fought at heavyweight. So battle now finally he's fighting at welterweight right now, which is definitely the right weight class for him. Tresean Gore, like I'm gonna stay away. I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna stay away from this fight. I'm definitely not betting this fight. Let me know in the chat if you guys are betting this fight. I'm just not fucking sure like what's gonna happen here. Anyone that's confident in this one, like bro, this is dog or pass. Like I just cannot get there in Tresean Gore. Like I'm just gonna pass because I don't have a good read on this one. Antonio Trocoli, like he just held Shura Magomedov in the clinch for like, well, what was it, like 7 minutes? Now, to be fair to Antonio Trocoli, right? What I'll say about, I'll give him a break for that one because he was trying to take him down. He almost took him down. He almost took down Shura Magomedov, and Shura Magomedov grabbed the fence. So he grabbed the fence. It's a pretty clear fence grab from Shura Magomedov, and they're in Abu Dhabi. So obviously the referee's not really going to do a thing about that. They're not really going to take a point. I mean, you're a Muslim fighter in Abu Dhabi. They're going to just be on your side in Abu Dhabi. So maybe they should have given that takedown. The referee did warn Shura Magomedov there. So in the apex, I feel like he's probably going to be able to get Tresean Gore down early. Can he finish him by submission? I mean, can he take him down and submit him early? Like, if you think Antonio Trocoli can win, I feel like his cardio, I don't really trust his cardio the later this fight goes. I like Tresean Gore's cardio more. And Tresean Gore doesn't throw enough volume out there, so I feel like that's probably why his cardio looks pretty good out there because he's so low volume. And he's got some nasty submission game also. He can catch Trocoli in a submission, so it's so tricky, like being confident in this fight. I'm gonna go with Gore because I've seen him fight better opposition in the UFC. Trocoli's only fought Shura Magomedov and wasn't looking horrible early. He was up to hold him in the clinch, control him a bit, shoot takedowns on him. Probably should have got one takedown at least. But yeah, this fight, I feel like there's gonna be a finish here, maybe, but I'm just not even sure. I'm not like confident enough to go put money on the fight doesn't go the distance. It's just like it's a really tricky fucking fight. I mean, you're gonna have to like take a shot on Trocoli, but it's like plus 140. Like I'm not even sure if that's worth the plus money. Plus 140 should be at least like plus 170. Or if like if it was plus 170, I'd probably like put like maybe $50 on that money line or like parlay him with someone I like. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass, guys. I mean, I don't have the best read on this one. Let's see how they look. I mean, there's so much going on in this fight. Tresean Gore, we haven't seen him in 2 years. Trocoli's, he got a contract to the UFC. I don't know why he did. Because I guess he had a win on Contender Series, which he clearly was. He popped for PD. So yeah, I don't know. He could knock out Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore can like maybe knock him out. I mean, so. Probably going to be a finish here, but and the finish is not a bad price either. If fight doesn't go the distance, not a horrible price. So if you think there's going to be a finish here, probably take fight doesn't go the distance or like Trocoli by submission or something like that. I mean, he's definitely a lot bigger than Gore. So I watched the wins. He's definitely a lot bigger than Gore. So he's going to have a size advantage here. What's going on, Ernie B in the house? Score Ernie B. This card is a rough one. Yeah, yeah. You know what's crazy, bro? Like the only fight I'm betting on is a strawweight fight on this card. I don't know. It's like in the Apex when there's like some chalky big time favorites in Apex. Like it's a lot of low level fighters that are like getting this big price tag. You got to be careful. Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go, Grimy. Trocoli is good at smashing Dern. Yeah. You're right, brother. You're definitely right on that one. Yeah, wasn't Trocoli the dude? He got pissed off at Bobby Green, right? Because Bobby Green was trying to get with Dern. I feel like how long ago was that? I think that was like a year ago. So yeah, he was trying to fight Bobby Green, who fights at 155. It's pretty crazy. These lines are blowing out. Yeah, it's like I mean I get it, the price tag, why these lines are so huge, why they're so wide, because a lot of these fighters should win. But like yeah, there's like a lot of these fighters I feel like this fight right here should be like lined closer. Like Tresean Gore should be like minus 130, minus 140 at the very most. Because I feel like he's a better fighter. You can wrestle, you can strike on the feet. Kind of low volume though, doesn't throw enough volume. I mean, he throws more than Trocoli, but Trocoli wasn't really trying to throw any volume against Shura Magomedov. So maybe that has something to do with this because he knew that Shura Magomedov is really dangerous. And can he hold Gore in the clinch? I mean, he's gonna have to do that. I feel like just hold him in the clinch and just like try to get takedowns on him. And Gore is coming back after injury, so maybe he's not gonna look good out there. So I feel like Gore could probably fight at 170 if he really wants to. Trocoli is actually one of the biggest guys at a middleweight right now. 6'4". Like the guy is fucking tall, but striking is it's like he's striking in slow motion. It's like he's striking underwater. If you watch him throw punches, it's like he's striking underwater. That's what he looks like. But yeah, this is like a winnable fight for either guy. Trocoli can win this one also early, or Gore can win this one later in the fight. Maybe get a finish later, go the distance. Next fight on the card, we got Cody Stamann taking on Blackshear. This should be a fun fight. Blackshear, we know what happened last time that he fought. What was that, 3 months ago? I think that was 3 months ago, right? And we got one punch KO at 135. I mean, you don't really see that happen often at 135. Guys knocking out guys with one shot. I mean, first punch. I mean, I know Monto has a lot of power, but still, I mean, that's pretty crazy. Oh man, so Blackshear coming back. He's probably not gonna get KO'd with one punch in this fight. Stamann has boxing. He's not a bad boxer. He can box pretty well. Yeah, he's got wrestling also. I mean, we haven't really seen him get a lot of takedowns out there recently. How many takedowns has he had? I don't think he got any takedowns with Laplas. Laplas, to be fair, can wrestle pretty well, but yeah, he hasn't really been taking guys down that much. I mean, even the Silva de Andrade, he actually hurt him pretty badly. He couldn't get takedowns early in that fight, and he almost knocked out Andre Andrade, but he just I don't know. Then he started wrestling, trying to take him down. Took him down later. Like he probably should just try to knock him out because he was close to knocking him out. His fight IQ, I feel like, is kind of questionable. Yeah, he had a knockdown on what's his name, de Andrade. He knocked him down in the third round. Before that, he was getting outstruck with the leg kicks or the body kicks. de Andrade was just trying to was chipping away, landing volume, scoring points. So I don't really like seeing that from Stamann, man. Now he's fought the better opposition. I mean, by a mile, right? He's definitely fought the better opposition. I think the best guy that I mean, Blackshear has fought some okay guys also. He's fought Pat Sabatini, who's pretty good. We recently cast Pat Sabatini with submission plus 500. What was that again? It was Jonathan Pierce, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he fought Freed Bosher. I mean, but yeah, he fought they both have fought Freed Bosher, right? Stamann didn't fight Freed Bosher, I think. It was only him, Blackshear. So Blackshear, I feel like he's gonna have upside of maybe catching him in a submission. He's really long. This guy is really one of the biggest bantamweights out there. But is he gonna be able to lock in that submission early? And on the feet, I mean, it's close. I feel like Blackshear striking is gotten better in the last couple of fights. Definitely gotten better, and he had success against Freed Bosher. Almost had him in a submission, I think, in the third round. So the guy I feel like he can put guys in submissions off his back. Also, I think that he had that submission off his back locked in. I mean, Freed was able to stay in there and see the scorecards, and he was able to win that fight. But yeah, there were some scary moments for Freed Bosher in that fight. Now Stamann, I feel like he's maybe can land more volume here. The price on Blackshear, man, after getting KO'd a few months ago, the price is crazy. I mean, I just can't fucking bet him at minus 300, almost minus 250. He took that Murray Batista fight on short notice, and probably should have won that fight. It was really close, but he was getting taken down in the third round by Murray Batista, who I don't think has the best takedowns out there. I mean, he's definitely a top 15 guy now, but I don't think Batista has the best takedowns out there. Stamann can win this fight if he can get takedowns consistently and stay out of submission attempts from Blackshear, because Blackshear is going to be throwing submissions off his back. So this one's I feel like it's another dogger pass. There's a lot of fights on this card. I feel that are dogger pass, or you're gonna have to parlay Blackshear, and we have seen him go the distance, and it doesn't really do enough sometimes out there to win. Win it on the scorecards clear as day. It's gonna be pretty fucking close. So you're at the mercy of the judges. You better hope the judges are gonna get it right. I mean, it could be a back and forth fight. I feel like it could be closer if he doesn't get the submission out there. Which I could see him getting a submission maybe in the second round if he's able to take his back. I mean, Stamann's been sub before, but it's by Nurmagomedov and what's his name? I think it was Sterling. Could happen again. Yeah, just submissions plus 400. So like, if you're gonna play the submission, it's probably not bad. Stamann might be washed. He's definitely declining. Yeah, he's not having any success out there. That's the thing, right? Like, other than the Silva Deandra's fight, he hasn't looked good. I mean, well, that was only 2 fights. He's taken some time off. I mean, so hasn't been all that active out there. And Blackshear, they both throw like the same amount of volume. I mean, similar. I mean, really similar. Just in the grappling, I mean, I feel like Blackshear is gonna be able to like go for more submissions than control, where Stamann's mostly a controlled. He's mostly a type of wrestler. He's gonna look for control time. Can he take Blackshear down, just hold him down? I don't know if he's gonna be able to do that. Blackshear, I feel like he's gonna have to win 2 rounds or out of 3 rounds if this goes the distance, and I think people think it's gonna go the distance. Could go the distance. I mean, so I didn't parlay Blackshear. I just feel like last time I played him at plus money over Monto, probably not a good bet. I mean, looking back on it, but if he didn't get KO'd early, maybe he could have been close. Maybe he could have won that fight. Looking back on it, he probably wasn't going to win that fight anyways, because Monto had a big striking edge there. This card went from not very good to real bad. Yeah, because the cancellations, right? I mean, they're just bringing these guys off the fucking regionals now, like Jack Scroggins, whatever his name is. That guy should be fighting in Dana Contender Series next year, not in the UFC yet. It's crazy because they just need people now to put on these cards. This card order has been shuffled more than tech. This table is funny. Yeah, I mean, like, they weren't able to find a replacement for Miles John, so we're not gonna see him fight today. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Blackshear to maybe find a submission, but it's like Stamann's pretty durable, man. He's pretty tough, so I don't know if he's gonna be able to get that submission at a high confidence level. But I feel like he's gonna look for a finish. The way he fights, he's gonna look for a finish out there. Because he's not trying to fight to win it on the scorecard. That's not the way Blackshear fights. Unless he's able to just take his back and backpack him for like and rack up control time. That's the way I feel like he's gonna win by points. Stamann on the feet. I mean, it could be anyone's fight on the feet. I feel like it's gonna be close because they both don't really separate when it comes to when it goes longer. It's like anyone's fight on the feet. I feel like Blackshear can land body kicks, leg kicks, though. He's going to have, obviously, the range and the reach advantage here. So I'm going to pick Blackshear as a pick, but it should be lined a little bit closer, I feel like. Stamann is fighting for a job here. I mean, they both probably are fighting for the job. I mean, I don't know if the UFC's going to keep him around to lose one more fight. They might keep Blackshear on because he took that fight against. If you take short notice fights, I feel like the UFC gives you more of a break. They give you more time. They'll give you one more fight. I mean, but this might be end of the road for Stamann if he doesn't win this fight because he's only fought 2 times in the last 2 years. All right, next fight on the card, we got Matthew Semelsberger, the Jedi. Yeah, we had a pretty good bet on we faded Semelsberger his last fight with Parsons. And it was a pretty good spot there in Parsons. Parsons was able to take him down, outstrike him on the feet, which is pretty crazy. I mean, I don't think Parsons is the best striker. And Parsons was able to beat him, outstrike him every round, and take him down when he wanted to take him down. I think he got like 6 takedowns on him or something like that. Let me make sure. He got a bunch of takedowns on some other Jedi. And Parsons is known for his wrestling, so it's not like horrible look that he was able to take him down. What's the worst part is that he was able to outstrike him on the feet. And he wasn't like Semelsberger wasn't able to clip him at any point. He wasn't really pulling the trigger. I guess he was worried about getting taken on, so maybe he wasn't pulling the trigger because of that. Yeah, it was like just a horrible look, man. Because normally like, he's going out there like these fights are it's anyone's fight. His fights are really close. He's hurting these guys out there. He's getting knockdowns on these guys. He's got like so many knockdowns. Since he's been in the UFC, this guy's got like, I mean, how many knockdowns do you have? Some of the Jedi. He's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 knockdowns, bro. This guy has 10 fucking knockdowns in the UFC. That's pretty crazy if you think about it. He's gonna have more power, I feel like, than Radtke. Radtke has striking. He's definitely a tough dude. He can strike. He can knock people out. I mean, he knocked out Gilbert, Rubina. I don't know. Rubina's like, I don't think Urbina's that good, man. I feel like people were hyping Urbina up because he went out there and beat Orion Kosi. I think he beat Orion Kosi, who's another. They're both those brothers are absolute frauds. And I was kind of hyping up Gilbert Urbina because he went out there and fucking knocked out what's his name, Kosi. This one's like, bro, yeah, I was like, it's crazy how many knockdowns this guy has. I mean, the only time he's been knocked down, I mean, or knocked out, I don't know, was that the only time he's been knocked out? I feel like that was the only time, right, by Urus Medic, and he was actually winning that fight. So the Semelsberger is actually really good. It's just his fight IQ. He could win a lot of these fights. I mean, he should have won that fight over what's his name, Wells. I mean, Jeremiah Wells. And I bet Wells there even money before the fight. I bet him at -110, and it was like fucking anyone's fight. But he just kept giving up takedowns. I mean, he was dropping. So every round he would drop this guy, Wells, every round he would drop him, hurt him badly, almost finish him. Then he'll like give up takedowns and control. I mean, so it's like, I don't know. This guy, I just feel like he doesn't know how to like really get that finish. I mean, even that even that Matthew fight. I mean, what's his name? I mean, let me remember his name. Matthew. Yeah, it was Matthew. Jake Matthews. Yeah, Jake Matthews. He got 3 knockdowns in that fight. Over Jake Matthews. And Jake Matthews was still taking him down and controlling him on the mat. So like, obviously he won that fight, but it's just like, he knows he's got power over you. He can hurt you, and you're still getting taken on. It's like, it's not a good look. This fight, I feel like if he's able to get knockdowns, maybe he can knock down Radtke. Radtke, we have seen him get KO'd before the UFC. I mean, obviously got KO'd by Prates, who's obviously really dangerous, who's fighting in the main event on this card. This one, though, I feel like it's going to go over 1.5 rounds. I think Radtke's going to take his time. He's going to take his time, maybe mixing the takedowns here and there. He should mix in takedowns. I feel like if he doesn't mix in takedowns on the feed, man, you're trading with Semelsberger. But I feel like Semelsberger is not really pulling the trigger as much he was earlier. I feel like he's like more hesitant now. Semelsberger definitely one of the live underdogs on this card. I feel like because he's gonna have to win this fight. If he doesn't win this fight, he's getting his walking papers if he doesn't win this fight. So there's definitely a lot on the line for this one. If you want to parlay the over 1.5 rounds, I think that's a good play. Let me see what that over 1.5 rounds is. I could see this one going the distance also. I could see Semelsberger getting some knockdowns and not really getting that finish because we've seen him do that so many times. And Radtke, I mean, maybe Radtke can lock in a submission, but Radtke, I feel like he's gonna fight really safe. He doesn't really take a lot of chances out there, like unless he's fighting Gilbert Urbina. When he knows you got power on the feet, you can like hurt him on the feet. He's gonna take his time. I feel like he's gonna just walk around like he did in the Blood Diamond fight. Bro, what the fuck is this? Who the hell is this? Someone fucking banned this fool. I'm gonna ban him from the channel. These fucking weirdos show up out of nowhere. Anyway, so like, yeah, let's get back to the breakdown. So I'm gonna pick Radtke by decision. I think he's gonna be able to do enough as long as he's able to avoid getting knocked out. I mean, but if you want to play something on Semelsberger, maybe finish ITD, finish only. That's probably not a bad play on Semelsberger. He's shown to have more power at the UFC level. He's knocked on so many people out there. So maybe you can live bet this one. Maybe Semelsberger drops him early, then you might be able to get a plus money on Radtke. I think the over 1.5 rounds is not a bad play if you want to parlay the over. This one should go over. I mean, even when Semelsberger is getting finished, it's normally later. It was the 3rd round against Medic. And I don't think Radtke has a striking like Medic. He doesn't strike like him. And Semelsberger was actually winning that fight. And the over 1.5 rounds, -250. I mean, that's not bad for a parlay piece. I feel like if you want to parlay that one, this one should go over 1.5 rounds at least. I mean, if not over 2.5 rounds. Over 2.5 rounds is kind of risky, but I feel like we can see this one going the distance. I'm gonna pick Radtke on the by decision though. I feel like he can win this one on the scorecards. All right, next fight on the card. Now we got Zaleski taking on Jack Scroggins. So I was watching some tape on this guy. I was like, let me see what this guy is, how good he is. And I saw the record and Tapology. I was like, this guy's 7-0, undefeated in amateurs. I mean, so like I was like, okay, let me watch some tape on this guy. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He's really not fighting the best opposition out there. Not It's not really his fault. He's only like 7-0. He's still young. I mean, not really that young if you think about it. He's like 29. How old is he? 29, I think, or 28? 28, yeah. Almost 29 years old. He's got wrestling. I mean, I think he trains with the Trey Ogden. So I've seen him go out there and wrestle people and just hold them down. I mean, get a submission people, but I don't know. Is he gonna submit Zaleski? I don't see him submitting Zaleski. I don't see him knocking out Zaleski. Now we have seen Zaleski KO before, but no, I think it was by Li Jingliang in the third round. But yeah, Jack Scroggins, I feel like he's gonna have his probably the first rounds could be close, maybe. We have seen guys like Renat Facardino drop Zaleski before. But Zaleski is so hard to put away, man. He's gonna stay in there. I feel like he's gonna have the BJJ edge here. So I feel like if they go to the ground, Zaleski is live to lock in a submission at any point. Because he took down Randy Brown's back and he was able to like almost lock in that rear naked choke. He was close. He was actually pretty close. I had Randy Brown biases and I was like, damn, he's probably gonna submit him here. Brown was up to fight hands. He was able to avoid getting subbed there. I feel like on the feet, I mean, the striking is a lot better from Zaleski. And obviously he's what is he, minus 700? I see him all the way at minus 800, so I don't know. Is he now? Scroggins. It's like minus 750, I think, or minus 700 now. Zaleski should win this one. He was supposed to fight Nicholas Dalby. Scroggins taking this fight on short notice. We have seen guys go out there and like take fights on short notice, like some other men right over Jake Hadley. I mean, Jake Hadley just really didn't do anything out there, so maybe Scroggins can go out there and pull an upset, but it's gonna be a tough fight, man. It's gonna be a tough one on short notice against Zaleski. Now Zaleski, like sometimes he doesn't throw enough volume either, so like it's tricky with Zaleski. I feel like he gets hurt a lot early too. Even what was his name? Abu Nurmagomedov, or like not Abu Nurmagomedov. Let me check his name. It was Abu Bakar Nurmagomedov. I mean, he was actually like hurting him early. Like he rocked him in the first 30 seconds and just was trying to take Zaleski down, couldn't really hold him down. He got like one takedown Zaleski, I feel like, if I remember. I had Abu Bakar Nurmagomedov. The only reason I bet him is because he's from Habib, very friends with Habib and those guys. So I was like, he's probably really good. And it was actually a pretty close fight, and he was just getting like he wasn't getting those takedowns. He looked really desperate out there. So like obviously, if Nurmagomedov is not getting you to the mat and like controlling you on the ground, I mean, this guy's Scroggin's probably not gonna hold him down. Now, Zaleski is 37 years old. He's definitely like not in his prime anymore. He should be good enough to like win this one. I don't think he's washed or anything like that. He's gonna have all the experience UFC level, like experience Jack Scroggins like he's gonna have UFC jitters maybe. He's gonna have Trey Ogden in his corner, so he's gonna have to like I feel like on the feet he's gonna get KO'd. On the ground he's gonna have to backpack Zaleski, and it's gonna be tough to do that. I feel like for Scroggins, because I've seen guys be able to work their way back up when he's taking guys down on the regionals. So you're fighting a guy like Zaleski, who's fought all the way better opposition than him by a mile. Yeah, it should be. I think there's gonna be a finish here. Now maybe Scroggins is really tough, maybe, but I think there's gonna be a finish. He's too hittable, man. He's way too hittable on the feet. It should be a finish here. We should see this one being finished ITD. So I like the under 2.5 rounds. I think the under 2.5 rounds is not horrible. You can parlay that minus 125 for the under 2.5 rounds. Fight doesn't go the distance. Not bad either. Yeah, I think the KO, that's what I'm predicting, but I feel like the submission is live also. I could see him submitting him on the ground also. Because I feel like on the wrestling, I mean, Zaleski has better BJJ. I wouldn't say he's the best wrestler out there, but he's definitely got better BJJ. Scroggins, I feel like he's pretty like strong early in the first round and a half. But I don't think he has the best control where he's going to be able to just stay on top of Zaleski for like a round or more than that, or like maybe look for a submission. It's crazy that Cock has been finished. Well, who you mean has been finished with body strikes multiple times in his career? Who are we talking about right now? Nate Brown. Who's the host cock? Scroggins, is that what you mean? Or you mean Mullins? Or cock, whoever you, I don't know. I'm not really sure. You're gonna have to tell me that. Gomes KO plus 400 is which Gomes KO's plus 400 like on your book. I've seen him I've seen it all the way at like plus 250, I think, or plus 275. We'll talk about the fight. Yeah, let's move on. I think the under 2.5 rounds is better play here. Maybe Scroggin goes out there, like looks really good early. Like maybe Zaleski is declining, but yeah, I don't think so. I mean, but either way, I mean, then playing Zaleski at minus 750 or whatever the line is right now, I think the under should be not a bad play here. Minus 800 for Zaleski. 37 years old. I mean, he's definitely way better. He's definitely fought the way better opposition. Not even close. Should win this one, but I feel like the under is not a bad play. Minus 145 now for the under 2.5 rounds. Zaleski should finish. If he doesn't finish him, man, like I don't know, Zaleski, like he's probably, I'm gonna fade him in the future for sure. I was fading with Dalby anyways for this fight because he was supposed to fight Dalby here. But yeah, I feel like he should finish this guy. I mean, this guy's taking this fight on short notice. He's not gonna have the cardio. I feel like, yeah, he hasn't had time to prepare for this fight at this level. Zaleski should finish him. I mean, I feel like he should go out there and finish him. He shouldn't take this guy the distance. I really hope we don't have another referee like like you guys remember the referee in that Benoit Santoni fight, Zaleski fight. Bro, had the fight doesn't go the distance, it was like, holy shit, that was so frustrating. It was so frustrating. I was like, I was close to smashing my TV in because like they should have stopped that fight. If he puts up hands like that on Scroggins, if he like turns it up with the pressure, he's gonna break Scroggins. I don't think Scroggin has that toughness to go the distance like that. I mean, hopefully we don't get a dumbass referee like that anymore in this one. Yeah, that ref was insane. Yeah, bro, it's like he wasn't even there. Like I don't know what that ref was thinking. I mean, he wasn't. He was probably sleeping. I feel like he's definitely sleeping on the job. I mean, we've seen how tough Saint Denis is. I mean, but yeah, they should have stopped that. They should have called that fight off. I mean, they called Bilal Muhammad versus Sean Brady off. Like, like that was nowhere close to how bad this stoppage was. I mean, like they called Bilal Muhammad TKO, standing TKO. They should have stopped that fight for sure. Yeah, if Zaleski, like I feel like Zaleski's gonna be in the first round. He's probably gonna take his time, and then once he sees Scroggin doesn't really have much to offer, he's gonna turn it up. I feel like so. Zaleski by finish, he should finish him. Shouldn't take him the distance. I mean, Scroggins is pretty big for the weight class, 5'6". I mean, 74-inch reach, but I don't think he's ready for this opposition at this level. I mean, he's not even finishing these other guys. These bums on our FSE. I mean, Jack Busea. I mean, this guy couldn't even finish him. I mean, if you're not finishing these guys, I mean, like you're gonna be in trouble. And he's 28 now, so it's probably not gonna get that much better. Like, he should have finished this guy that he fought last time. I mean, so that's why it's kind of crazy that how they're like bringing him in. I guess they need anyone. Anyway, if you have a couple of fights, you have a good record, good looking record, they'll bring you in the UFC at this point. I mean, that's the way it is now. It's not like back in the day you have to like really work your way to the UFC. It doesn't sound like that anymore. I mean, all right, let's move on to the next fight. Karolina Kowalkiewicz, guys, taking on Denise Gomes. I mean, this is a dude right here. There's no way all the neck tats. I mean, how can you bet against her? Now, minus 500, I mean, is it crazy? It's kind of crazy, but we've seen Lucindo. He was like minus 400 over Kowalkiewicz, and Kowalkiewicz just couldn't deal with the physicality. And I feel like it's going to be the same thing, man. It's going to be the same problem here. Is Karolina gonna take her down? I mean, that's not really her game. She doesn't really go for a lot of takedowns out there. Let me see how many takedowns has she attempted recently. I don't really remember her shooting a lot of takedowns out there. She got one takedown Diana Balbita and still lost that fight. She won that fight, I think. Yeah, she won that Balbita fight. So Balbita was able to take her down 2 times. But Balbita is like pretty horrible. She's good looking. I mean, that's probably why she's still in the UFC. But she's actually pretty horrible. Let's be honest. She's not a good fighter. But yeah, let's look at how many other takedowns. Like in that Lucinda fight, like I don't think she had any takedowns, right? No, she shot 2 takedowns, couldn't get a takedown. Then you see Gomes. We've seen her get taken on by Angela Hill. Angela Hill is definitely a crafty wet at this point. She's got so much UFC experience, and Kowalkiewicz has experience too. Since you get taken, Denise Gomes and hold her down. I mean, I don't see her doing that. I mean, Mora wasn't able to like hold her down. So you got takedowns on Denise Gomes. I feel like a couple. How many takedowns does she get? She got like 5 takedowns, and he couldn't really hold her down, right? So like Denise Gomes is really physically strong, and her team is actually doing pretty well. I bet on a fighter that fought in Lafayette like a couple of weeks ago. Let me see who that was. It was actually like plus 200. I got plus 200 on her teammate. It was let me see. It was yeah, it was Marina Montero. Keep an eye on her, man. She's pretty good, Montero. She trains with the same team, Jessica Andrade, Denise Gomes. So like they have a pretty good team over there. They're training over there with each other, and this should be Denise Gomes. I mean, I feel like Kowalkiewicz, she's not going to be able to get her respect on the feet. She doesn't have enough power to really keep Denise Gomes off her. And I mean, she's got high volume. She definitely throws more volume. But you've seen that last fight with Lucindo. Like once Lucindo was able to like crack her a few times, Kowalkiewicz wasn't really throwing a lot of volume out there. Let me see how much volume. I don't think she threw a ton of. Normally, she throws more volume when she knows you really don't present a lot of danger out there for her. Yeah, she threw 42 significant strikes against Lucindo, and Lucindo is not a good striker. She's like a good wrestler. She can wrestle. I mean, grapple. And Lucindo, I mean, I've been pretty high on Lucindo, but I don't think Lucindo is. I feel like she still has a long way to go for the UFC for the top 10. I mean, I know she's in the top 15 now. Yeah, I think this one's going to be pretty straightforward. Lucindo, maybe Kowalkiewicz can land more output out there, but it's going to be Denise Gomes landing the better shots and cracking her, maybe mixing in takedowns here and there. Denise Gomes should win this one. I feel like the KO is live. Minus 500 line is crazy though, because even when one fighter wins clearly, the judge is still like, there's always that one judge that has it for the other fighter. I mean, like that Mora fight. Like I picked Mora, I didn't bet her. I didn't bet in Mora there, but I picked Mora, but I don't see one a single run. Even though she got like 5 takedowns, it wasn't enough. She wasn't really doing anything with takedowns other than just holding her down. You can't win fights like that. I mean, unless you're Nat Fakadinov. you don't even need to do anything. If you're Nat Fakadinov, you can just win fights, like just not by doing fuck all. I mean, but yeah, the referee was definitely insane, bro. He wanted it. Yeah, bro. Benoit Saint-Denis is definitely a tough dude. We know he's never gonna quit on himself. Yeah, Saint-Denis, like he's only been doing MMA for like a few years, and we've seen him get exposed recently by Moicano. Saint-Denis, I mean, he's probably can. I feel like he could beat a guy like Benir Dariush. I don't know, like Saint-Denis, like hype is kind of derailed now. Yeah, that was a debut. I mean, I think we took that fight on short notice, by the way, at 170. Yo, what's going on, Antoine? Let's go, Antoine. And what's going on, bro? How you doing? How do you all feel about this card? Crazy, we get this before the New York card. Yeah, you guys seen those interviews with Jon Jones, man? Like, what is going on with Jon Jones? Like, he's not even scared to like say it as it is. Like, he's like, I'm docking Tom Aspinall. I don't really care what you guys think. On one hand, like I'm like, okay, this guy's like he's been doing this for so long, right? Like sometimes like we say this. I say this about fighters, like when you've been in the top 5, I mean like top 5 pound for pound fighters of all time. Like if he fights Tom, I know we all want to see him fight Tom Aspinall. Like, what is he gonna get? I mean, he's gonna beat he's gonna beat the interim champion. I mean, that's probably gonna be good for him, but if he loses that fight, I mean, his whole legacy is gonna be fucked up, right? It's like, as much as I want to see him fight Aspinall, I get it why he's not fighting Aspinall. Like it makes sense from his point of view, I feel like. But you can't pretend like this is the hardest matchup for him at 265 right now. It's really not. I mean, even though Stipe is pretty well rounded, he can strike, he can box pretty well, he can wrestle. Yeah, just the inactivity, and he's like 42 years old now. Even though that's not the worst case for heavyweights. I mean, we've seen guys at 40 years old still have success out there. We're gonna see if Stipe can put up a fight against Jon Jones, which I feel like he could. Maybe even though I'm picking Jon Jones by a first round finish, I feel like he's gonna finish him early. He's gonna have a good game plan. But yeah, I feel like Stipe, if he's able to take him to the later rounds, I'm not sure if he's gonna win, but I mean, he's definitely gonna be live more. I feel like later as the fight goes. It's made Sox Garbrandt. Yeah, the Garbrandt. Yeah, that one's like I'm disappointed. Like as much I don't really care about the Mile Jones fight that much, but he's actually fighting Lima now. I think not under Lima, the guy from Octagon who fought Naimov. in Abu Dhabi this year, earlier this year. So that's probably gonna be it's gonna be a better fight. I feel like for it's gonna be a better fight for us as fans. That Miles Jones versus Lima. I mean, I'm leaning towards Lima. I feel like Lima's a lot better than Miles Jones. He's definitely got more better kicks. I mean, he's got better grappling. Probably not the better wrestling, but Lima is actually really good. So I'm happy they made that matchup. I mean, Garban looks like he really didn't want to fight. This one should go over. I don't know. It's over. If it was like minus 150, I'd be like, okay, it's probably not a bad parlay piece, but minus 250, minus could go over. Karolina is pretty tough, but I feel like Denise Gomes hits really hard for WMA. She's definitely one of those girls that can crack pretty hard. And like Angela Hill has a chin on her. She's really tough, right? Like Kowalkiewicz is really tough also. She's 40 years old now. It's just like Angela Hill. So maybe it goes a distance, I feel like. But Denise Gomes first round or second on KO. Probably not a bad long shot prop, but I haven't bet anything on this fight yet. I mean, I haven't parlayed Denise Gomes. It's just because the numbers like pretty crazy. I was thinking about it at like minus 400, minus 325 early, but just didn't really get there. Yo, let's go. Another fucking gift membership from Nate Brown, bro. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man, for the support on the channel. Let's go. W's. Can we get some W's for Nate Brown, guys? Back to back gifted membership on the channel. Yeah, I think Jon Jones deserves to be allowed to fight Stipe and retire. I wouldn't say he's allowed. I mean, obviously, like we all want to see him fight Aspinall, right? Because unless Stipe was still fighting, I mean, if like obviously Stipe, like he's done some big things in the cage. I mean, he remember when he beat Ngannou. I mean, Ngannou was so confident, like he's gonna go out there and just steamroll Stipe. And he was on his way to doing that. I mean, but Stipe was able to hang in there. Just take those big shots from Ngannou. Like Ngannou just didn't really pace himself, and he couldn't really wrestle back then. Yeah, that was definitely a tough matchup for Stipe, and he was able to show that he can get an upset. I mean, I don't know what the odds were there back then. That was actually pretty good performance by Stipe there. Now, obviously, in the second time, he got absolutely starched. I mean, by Ngannou, because Ngannou learned how to wrestle. He was able to like wrestle Stipe. And I feel like Jones is one of those guys that has a game plan, right? That's not like there's a reason that he's never lost a fight in the UFC. Maybe the PDs had something to do with that. I mean, maybe, but I feel like there's a reason this guy has been able to get a W after W, even though like some of these fights he probably shouldn't have won, like the Reyes fight, like that Santos fight was really close. But yeah, there's definitely like there's a reason this guy is out there like winning fight after fight. Casuals saying Jones is a GOAT. That's all that matters. I don't think a lot of people will like think Jones is the GOAT. I mean, for me, I think GSP is the fucking GOAT. Or like there's a lot of guys like Alex Pereira right now is up there, even though we've seen him get KO'd. I mean, but the activity alone, like the way he's fighting anyone anytime now, like it's crazy that Pereira is actually willing to fight. He's actually willing to fight Aspinall, and Jon Jones wants to fight Pereira. Like I guess he wants to like, is he gonna make more money fighting Pereira? I mean, maybe. I know he said he's gonna make more money if he fights someone like Alex Poatan Pereira right now, because Pereira is the face of the game of the UFC. He's definitely the face of the UFC right now. I mean, maybe other than Topuria. Who else is there? I don't really know anyone else. I mean, I think Aspinall is not as big of a star as Pereira right now, but he's definitely the biggest star at heavyweight. I mean, other than Jon Jones right now. Jon Jones is one of the best ever in his prime. I just don't like how fake he is. Yeah, I mean, he's got some things that he's dealt with. I mean, he's like back then. I mean, his prime. I mean, the way he was like he's one of those first people that was like landing leg kicks and like landing those side kicks to the body. I mean, like those elbows. I mean, spinning back fist. Like he's like one of those first people I've seen do that in MMA at this level. I mean. Let's go, Yusuf. What's going on, bro? I messaged you early this morning. I was like, if you want to come in and do a breakdown. Yeah, I have to go live after, so we'll probably do one next time. I'll let you know ahead of time. We'll probably do a breakdown early next time. Let's go W Nate, guys. I just don't want to see him fight Aspinall. You don't want to see him fight Aspinall, or you do want to see him fight Aspinall? I feel like he can win that. I don't know. I'm not writing him off, man. I feel like he could beat Aspinall. Like if he's able to, like, we haven't seen Aspinall go like the second on all that much, right? Like Jon Jones has a pretty good chin on him. Like we've never seen him get KO'd before, so if his chin holds up, I feel like he's definitely live. Is he gonna get? Is Tom Aspinall gonna submit him, take him down to the mat, and submit him? I don't see that happening. Yeah, it's definitely like I want to see that fight because I want to see how they like match up stylistically. You want to see him retire? It's a brutal support. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it is. I mean, this the as you get older, I mean, you're definitely not gonna have the speed on your side, the reflexes. So and the recovery rate. If you get hurt on the feet, like you take a big shot, you're not gonna be able to recover as quick as you are when you're in your 20s or like early 20s or like late 30, like early 30s. I mean, he's 37. I mean, that's not that bad for a heavyweight. See, my question is, if John's were to beat Tom Aspinall, would they give John full credit? I think most people would. I think most fans would. I would. I mean, well, even if he like, I feel like he's gonna go out there beat Stipe and he should retire. He's beat everyone. I mean, like he's definitely like not the new like these guys are new up and coming guys. I mean, like Tom Aspinall, like he's not an up and comer anymore, and he's an interim champion now. But I mean, he's definitely like one of these newer heavyweights out there that can do it all. All right, let's get back to the breakdown. Yeah, we'll talk about next week. I mean, with next week, but I already did a breakdown for next week. I mean, it was actually fun watching tape next week. There's a lot of fun fights. I've been hearing rumors that Charles Oliveira fight might be canceled. I really hope it's not. Poirier like tweeting out there like he's willing to step in. So I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully it's not canceled. Let's get back to the breakdown. So I'm picking Denise Gomes. I feel like KO is really live. I mean, but more than likely, Kowalkiewicz has shown pretty good chin out there. So she's been KO'd before by just draws like years ago. She's 39 now. I mean, if Denise Gomes, if she's ever gonna get KO'd again, it's probably gonna be this fight right here because Denise Gomes is power for WMA. And she can knock you out early. I mean, she carries a lot of power early when she's not tired. More than likely, I think DC Gomes wins. Just not a line I'm willing to like throw in a lot of parlays. I'm on 500. If just she can't get that knockout early, it could be fucking like. I don't think she's still gonna win every round. I mean, by landing the better shots, I mean landing more damage. But you never know in WMA. I mean, unless like DC Gomes gonna go out there and wrestle, which she could. I feel like she could wrestle and just like make it look easy. I mean, on the feet, I mean, Kowalkiewicz can throw volume out there. If she's able to like take her power, she's probably going to be willing to exchange more. So, Kowalkiewicz maybe by like a split, just if you want to like go DGen on this one, but more than likely DC Gomes wins. And I'm pretty confident she's going to win. Just like not sure how I should bet this. If I even want to bet it. Next fight on the card, we got Mansour Abdul-Malik taking on Dusko Todorovic. Todorovic coming back after some injuries and I think he had a leg injury in that CLD fight. So he's coming back now. He's going to be fighting the up-and-comer from Contender Series this year. He was able to headline the Dana White Contender Series. I'm not sure which week it was. But yeah, he was able to go out there like fight a wrestler in West Schultz, I think that's his name was. What his name was, I mean, he was able to like he had some trouble like in the early second on, like he was starting to like fade, but he still showed that he can like pull through right even when he's starting to like slow down. Malik, I'm talking about. So Malik is gonna have the wrestling edge here. Obviously, he's a young up and comer. Todorovic is a kickboxer. We've seen Todorovic KO'd early. We've seen him go the distance before. So like, it's like who the hell knows, man. If you're just gonna be racist in here, man, you're gonna get banned. So like, I don't fucking go on YouTube to like hear it's like some idiots like you fucking being racist in the chat. It's not worth having in the chat if you're gonna be racist. Including his wife and pregnant woman in the car. Who's that, Jon Jones? Yeah, I mean, it's like, bro, people got skeletons in their closet. I mean, shit happens, but it's just pretty bad. I mean, I'm thank God that baby was okay. I mean, but yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Malik. I think he's gonna get that on the feet. He can knock him out on the feet. If he wants to take him down, he can take him down and just ground and pound. He's actually got vicious ground and pound and some nasty elbows. And now you can throw 12 to 6 elbows out there, so you can like really like throw some nasty ground and pound and really cut open some nasty cuts on your opponents. with that ground and pound. And Todorovic not really known for his wrestling. I mean, he's known for striking, so he's gonna have to knock out Mansoor early. Mansoor Chin. I've seen him get dropped out there like before he made it to UFC, before his Contender Series fight. I've seen him get dropped out there. He was able to recover, work his way back up, and get that knockout. I'm gonna go Malik. I think he's gonna find the knockout here. I'm gonna say knockout KO. I think it'll probably be like grounded pound, but submission. He's shown that he can get a submission. The submission is crazy plus money, right? So I got Malik by KO and like some long shot parlays. So I think that's not a bad long. If you want to add to parlay, money line's at -500. He's gonna win by KO. I feel like this. I don't think this fight's gonna go the distance. Like, what is he gonna do for this fight to go the distance? He's gonna have to like either he's not getting takedowns. First of all, or either he's not like he's not being. If he gets takedowns, he's not being able to like land ground and pound. That's really unlikely. I mean, that he's not going to be able to land ground and pound once he gets those takedowns, and he's gonna get those takedowns. I feel like I'm pretty confident he's gonna get those takedowns, and he's gonna be able to land ground and pound. Probably not gonna take much ground and pound for him to get that stoppage in that small cage in the apex, right? So if they were fighting in the bigger cage, I'd be like, okay, maybe he's not gonna get those takedowns as easy. But Todorovic, he's gone the distance with the RoboCop before, so I mean, RoboCop wasn't shooting takedowns in that fight. If he shot takedowns, I feel like he could have finished him. On the feet, I feel like Todorovic has better kickboxing. Like, he's shown that he's definitely like he can roll with punches pretty well. Then we see him get killed by Soriano. So like, you never know with Todorovic. Durability is questionable. Wrestling takedown defense is not that great either. How many takedown defense? He's got 45% takedown defense. That's pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's not gonna help him here. I think Narco said Todorovic around the submission is 50-1 live for Sprinkle. The only way I see that happening is if Malik can't get that ground and pound finish and he gets really tired trying to like hold him down, and Todorovic throws a triangle choke or like armbar. It's pretty crazy. I mean, 50-1 is pretty crazy, bro. Like, I hope you guys catch that. But it's like it's gonna be unlikely. I feel like he hasn't fought in 2 years. I mean, so he's definitely got more like experience at the UFC level. Malik's making his UFC debut year. Maybe like just play him like third round overall, then submission. But if you're tired, man, like it doesn't really take much. If you're tired out there, like and you're in your UFC debut, you're like things aren't really going my way. God damn, man, this is not going how I thought it was gonna go. We've seen that happen with guys before. So that's the way it's gonna happen if it happens. Let's go, man. Let's go, Ferdinand. How's it going, bro? It's for him over there. Watch the fights. Yeah, we're gonna be on for me. Like the fights start at like 4 p.m. Eastern time for me, where I'm at in Canada, in Toronto. Parlay with GM3's round. Just don't even parlay. Like, you don't even need to parlay that. Just like play straight up. GM3 submission. Like, GM3 is live against anyone in round 3. I mean, the guy is fucking like it's crazy how many third round finishes he has. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Malik to get that early KO, but it's like if he can't get those takedowns and he can't knock him out early, like this could be closer fight than some of us expect. I mean, next fight on the card. This is the fight that I'm pretty confident in. Strawweight. I mean, I can't believe I'm like this confident on a strawweight fight at WMA, but I'm pretty confident. I've been fading Luana Panero for a while now. I actually like bet Waterson over her, and Waterson should have won that fight. It was really close. I honestly thought Waterson did enough to win that fight, but the UFC, the judges, they gave it to Panero. It was actually a horrible fight to watch, to be honest. It was really bad. Panero he's probably going to be the better striker, but it's not by much. She throws a lot of like looping punches. Her striking isn't like as good. I mean, it's better than Jillian Robertson. I feel like it's definitely better than Jillian Robertson. She's still like load up on her punches. Like even in the Angela Hill fight, she's kind of loading up with her punches, trying to like knock Angela Hill on the feet. But yeah, it's like she doesn't have enough power to really get knockdowns. You see, hasn't gotten knockdowns at the UFC level. Now, she was beating up Amanda Hebus in that fight, and I had plus enough and doing up Panero there because I thought she was going to be able to win the first round, then go to this, and maybe you see the scorecards. We've seen in the Amanda Hebus fight when the tide starts turning, like she kind of breaks, man. Her mentality, I feel like she kind of looks for the door. And so you can tell, like, after the first round in the Amanda Hebus fight, like the first after like 7 minutes, C was starting to break, right? Like things weren't really going her way, and C was starting to look for the door. And even in the Angela Hill fight, I mean, C was trying to like C's getting taken on early by Angela Hill. I mean, Angela Hill is not really known for wrestling. I mean, I know she's definitely added more tools to her game at this point. How much experience she has at the UFC level. Yeah, she's never really known for like taking you down, taking girls down early and often. And Panero just got overwhelmed. I mean, so you can't deal with pressure, and this all Robertson does. All he does is bring pressure. She's gonna keep shooting takedowns. I mean, she's probably not. Maybe she doesn't get the first few takedowns. Maybe Panero can defend the first few takedowns. I mean, he probably is gonna defend the first like 2-3 takedowns early, but Robertson's one of those girls that's gonna stick to the game plan. She's like Jasmine Jastois. She's right. Like they're both do pretty much the same thing. The striking is terrible. Now Robertson's striking is definitely improving. Like she throws more kicks out there, like leg kicks, body kicks, but striking is not really her bread and butter. And it's not going to take much for once he gets that takedown. I feel like it's going to be a wrap soon. Panero, I know she has a judo background. I mean, but even if she takes on Jillian Robertson, I feel like Jillian Robertson she's gonna welcome that. It's gonna be fine getting taken on by Panero because she can get sweeps. I mean, she can get an armbar off her back. So it's really dangerous. You don't want to be in her guard. Robertson's gonna win this fight. Pretty confident. Can't believe I'm saying that for a strawweight fight to be finished ITD. I think we're gonna see a finish here. I took Robertson by finish at -135. So number you can still get at plus. Like we're not getting plus money. I mean, I better like against Watterson at +125 by finish. And they should have stopped that fight. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys probably agree with that. They should have stopped that fight. There were like multiple 10-year rounds in that fight against Watterson, Gomes. And the referee just wasn't willing to stop that fight for some reason. Now we're getting the -135, but Panero has shown she's gonna quit out there. She's like just like her boyfriend. I mean, what's his name? Mateus Nicolau. Yeah, Mateus Nicolau. He's already not in UFC anymore. The UFC already cut him, I think. So I think Panero is gonna be on her way out of the UFC soon, and they're gonna have to look for another career offers after tonight. I mean, I'm gonna go Robertson. I think maybe I'm gonna say second on finish. Could be ground and pound, could be submission. That's why I'm not taking the submission alone because I feel like she's gonna be able to throw elbows. Now you can throw 12-6 elbows in the UFC now, so that's gonna help her. I feel like with her ground and pound, and she can lock in the submissions. It's not like she's only got rear naked chokes, right? She's got like arm bars. I mean, triangles, arm triangles. Like she's got a bunch of different submissions. So like she's definitely got like she's known for like the most submission wins in UFC MMA at 125. She's definitely getting close to getting the most finishes in women's MMA. In UFC history, I mean, so this goes longer if Robertson doesn't get takedowns. I mean, I feel like she's gonna get at least like she doesn't get takedowns. Even if she's losing the first round, I feel like she can still find a finish in the third round. Like Panero just doesn't. I don't think she's ever gonna work on that cardio. The cardio is not gonna be there. So I think Robertson should be able to get this one done in the small cage in the apex. I mean, that's gonna help her even more. So you can push her against the cage and just like get it inside trip takedowns. Her wrestling has definitely gotten better. Like at 125, she couldn't really take girls down as easy as she's able to take down these straw weights. At 120, 115, it's definitely like her. She's able to like bully these girls to the mat and get takedowns more consistently. Next fight on the card, we got Gaston Balanos taking on Cortavius Romeus. Now this fight, like, I just can't get there on Cortavius at -200. Like, I feel like he's definitely still kind of green. His fight on a Contender Series last year, I was actually pretty confident he's going to win that fight over what's his name? What's that guy's name that fought Serhi Saidi? Ramon Torres. That was Ramon Torres. So I was picking him. I was like, he's going to lock in a submission in the first round, and just even out there and just didn't shoot any takedowns. And he was trying to like knock out Ramon Torres on the feet, which is pretty crazy. I mean, I know Torres was knocked out before, but like this game plan, I feel like his fight IQ is like. Now, the second time he fought on the Contender Series, he's definitely like wrestling more. He was mixing in takedowns and striking on the feet. But like I feel like he doesn't wrestle as much as he should. And that's why like I'm not gonna bet him here just because I don't really trust him to wrestle consistently. He's probably gonna wrestle if he's getting touched on the feet, if he's getting outstruck and like landed on by Balanos. Balanos is okay. I mean, he's not horrible. He was just getting outgunned by Marcus McGee, who's fighting Jonathan Martinez, top 15 guy next week, and I'm sure he's probably going to do really well in that matchup. Yeah, I think that's not a bad loss to for Balanos. Balanos by KO probably might be worth a sprinkle, but I feel like this fight shouldn't go the distance. But like Romeus couldn't even finish that fucking Canadian guy. I mean, what's his name? That guy is actually like doesn't have any striking to speak of, and he couldn't finish him. Now, he was hurting him to the body. I mean, but I feel like on the feet, this is anyone's fight on the feet. Romeus is pretty hittable, and I don't like his striking that much. He's got some power. He's definitely not that big for the weight class, so he's gonna have the wrestling edge here. I'm gonna pick him as a pick. Betting on him is a different. I feel like if he wrestles, he can lock in a submission maybe. But is he gonna wrestle? Is he gonna go out there and like play the striking game with Balanos? He's like, I feel like this guy has some ego, and he's gonna look to, because everyone's like, he's probably watching all these breakdowns and thinking, oh, these people think I can't strike with this guy. I feel like that's what happened in his first contender series fight. That people are saying, oh, he's gonna have to wrestle, gonna be the better wrestler, and he's not gonna. And he just went out there and was really trying to wrestle. So I don't know if I really trust him at minus 200. UFC making his debut. He should have finished that guy on the contender series. I mean, he couldn't finish him either. Couldn't really put him away. And they should have put him away. I mean, to be fair, the guy was so tired, was barely getting back up. He's still taking him down, so it's at least he's like kind of like went back to his bread and butter and wrestling and like mixing in takedowns. And but I'm kind of worried that he might not even wrestle here. So if he doesn't wrestle, Balanos is gonna be, his chances of winning are gonna go up. So I'm gonna pass on this one. Let me know in the chat if you guys have bets on this fight. If you're betting Balanos or like Romeus. I guess the line minus 200 is probably because Romeus can wrestle and probably gonna have the better cardio here, maybe. But on the feed, he's pretty hittable, man. So like, I'm not really gonna bet on him. He's pretty hittable. Balanos is pretty hittable also, but he fought Marcus McGee. I mean, if Cortavius fought Marcus McGee, I feel like Marcus McGee would knock him out right now. I'd be pretty confident on McGee to knock him out. Let's move on to the next fight, guys. You like Robertson over 1.5 rounds. I don't like the number. I think he finishes round 2 though. I mean, you can play round 2 Robertson finish and like play it over 1.5 if you want. What do you think about RDR by decision? We'll talk about the fight soon, brother. I know RDR. I've been watching him in 1FC. I watched his last few fights. The guy that he fought Malikin, right? Didn't he lose last night, or like, well, maybe it was a bad decision. I didn't really watch the win, so I don't know what happened, but I've seen it all over Twitter. Morning, brother. Morning, Daniel. This card is good. Going to be decently good. I feel like there's actually some fun fights. I mean, we have like 11 fights right now, I think, on the card now. We were supposed to have like 13 fights on this card, or like 12 or 13 fights. So now we still got like 11 fights. It's not horrible. Like, I'm happy that it's starting at 4 p.m. Eastern times, because like I don't want to be up till like 1 a.m. in the morning. Then I gotta do stuff tomorrow morning. I'm happy it's an early card. I actually prefer those Abu Dhabi cards. You know, those Abu Dhabi cards that start at like 10 p.m. 10 a.m. in the morning, like at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. I prefer cards that are like in the afternoon more than later in the night. Like, I hate being up at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and like it's like, it gets kind of like tiring. All right, let's move on to the next fight. Next fight on the card is GM3 versus RDR. This is gonna be a fun matchup, man. Rainer de Ritter. I mean, he's gonna be better than Gerald Mursher. I feel like anywhere he goes, maybe just not the cardio, but he's fought in 1FC. I mean, he's been the double champion in 1FC. He's fought on the absolute fucking juice head Malichin, whatever his name is, Malichin, I think. And he actually didn't look horrible in the first fight. The second fight, he just couldn't really take him down or like hold him down, and he just kind of gassed in that one. I feel like he knew that he was outgunned in that matchup against Malichin, because Malichin is a fucking freak. He's actually a freak of nature. The guy is huge. He hits really hard, and Ranier was actually trading him early. Like, he couldn't really like hurt him though. Just didn't have the power to like really hurt him. But I think that was a heavyweight though. Wasn't that a heavyweight? I feel like that was a heavyweight if I remember correctly. Let me look it up. I think that was at 265 or something like that. Yeah, that was at like, what was that like? Was that at 265? I think that was 5 rounds also. Yeah, that was 5 championship fight. That like so he should be better in the grappling. I mean, but GM3 is so tricky, man. GM3 striking is actually like the only time I've seen a striking look good was that Bruno Bruno Silva fight, where his striking actually looked a lot better. So like Bruno Silva shouldn't be fighting in MMA overall. Like, let's be honest, Bruno Silva is checked out from the fight game. They should just like ban him from ever competing in the UFC. Like, he shouldn't be fighting the UFC. First of all, he shouldn't be fighting MMA overall. Like, I never want to see Bruno Silva fight anymore. He already posted a story on his Instagram that he's like not really he's dealing with some mental problems, and he probably I feel like he just went there to collect a paycheck in Abu Dhabi a couple weeks back. Like, like, yeah, 2 weeks back. RDR is built weird. Yeah, he's got a lot of upper body strength, right? I mean, that's the way he's built. I was watching the wind. I was like, okay, this guy, he's built like he's grapples, and he obviously grapples, right? And I totally wouldn't be top 5 in the UFC. He just hits hard. I mean, I don't think he's that technical. He's just a fucking freak athlete. I mean, I don't think his like technique's that crazy though. He's just really big, and he's able to like just muscle these guys. He's got some power. I mean, he definitely hits hard. Yeah, I don't think it'd be like I don't think we'd be able to beat guys like Aspinall or like Scroggin or like Volkov or like these other guys. I wouldn't pick him over anyone in the top 5. Maybe like I wouldn't. I don't know. If you take Sun Gone, maybe he might win. Maybe, but I'm not even sure about that. Gerald Mearshare, man, it's like I just don't even bet on his fights anymore because like with the I know people are like I mean maybe I should have bet on him by submission over Sabajian, right? Sabajian. Normally he's never gone out there and look good other than Bruno Silva fight where he was like beating Bruno Silva the entire time before he knocked him down and finished him by submission. Normally he's getting his ass kicked early, then he's like when he sees that you're getting tired, like you're starting to slow down, that's when he'll like be able to like pull ahead, or he'll be able to like turn up the pressure, take your back, and like when you're tired, you're making mistakes out there, like that's the way that's when he can take advantage of you. Is he gonna be able to do that to RDR? I don't think so. RDR is like I feel like he's coming to UFC now at 34 years old. I mean, like the UFC is probably paying him a ton of money to fight. They want to build up that market over there where he's from. So this is not a bad matchup for him. It's not like he's fighting a dangerous striker here. Like at middleweight, I mean, there really isn't a lot of people at middleweight outside the top 15 that are like that dangerous. There's a few though, but not that many. I feel like, and they're giving him someone like that's gonna maybe it's gonna cancel out the grappling, and maybe they're gonna strike with each other. Year striking is not horrible, but I don't know. Like, do I like his striking that much? I don't really like his striking that much. I think he should be able to like land the better shots on Gerald Mearshare, maybe finish him. I feel like he could club and sub him. I feel like this fight shouldn't go this, and there should be a finisher. Even if GM3 is winning, I mean, normally like he's getting finished or like he's getting finished just later. So unless RDR goes out or just wants to like win this fight by any means necessary, he doesn't really pull the trigger or like grapple. He should be the better grappler here. I mean, he's got better BJJ experience overall. So I'm gonna pick RDR. I feel like he should be able to get this one done. Could be a finisher. I mean, but if they just cancel each other's grappling, I mean, maybe they don't really find a finish. GM3 is pretty tough though. He's not gonna quit on himself. But yeah, Rainer said he wants to make a statement, so he's gonna go out there look for a finish for like early. Well, GM3 third round submission. I mean, is he gonna submit RDR? Probably not likely, but you never know in this game. This guy's making the UFC debut. GM3's been here. He's done this so many times. This is like second nature for GM3 at this point. He's got so much experience in the UFC. Like, how many fights does he have? He's got like 40 fights, right? He's got like 21 fights in the UFC. That's a lot of fights in the UFC. 11 wins by submission. He's never won by decision in the UFC. He's only gone the distance 4 times at the UFC level. This guy's a kill or be killed fighter. Even that Petrosky fight, man, like I bet on Petrosky, and he was close to getting a standing TKO in Petrosky. Petrosky was so tired. Petrosky was so fucking tired, man. It was crazy. I was like, holy shit, come on, Petrosky, to stay in there for a few more minutes. It was actually pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't think he would be able to beat anyone in the top 5. unless he's able to like just muscle Gon to the mat. Maybe even then, I feel like Gon would probably be able to like submit him maybe with a heel hook or something like he did with Donto Maze. Am I staying? Yeah, I'm gonna be live. I'm not gonna stay for the whole day. I mean, but I'll be back at like 4 p.m. I'm gonna be live for this card. I'm not missing another card. I'll be live from the early prelims. Yeah. Obviously, I gotta do some stuff. I gotta do some. I gotta take care of some stuff. So I'll be back at like 4 p.m. I'll be back at 4 p.m. for sure today. Love watching Mirror fights. Yeah, it's actually exciting, man. I like watching Mirror fight. I mean, his striking looks so horrible in that Barbarena fight. I was like some of the worst striking I've seen. So like with him, you never know. Sometimes the striking looks better. Sometimes it looks horrible. I think the Ritter should be the better striker, but he's been fighting in ONE FC. I mean, he's not fought the horrible opposition in ONE FC, but ONE FC doesn't really have the best heavyweights out there. I think UFC has the best heavyweights out there across any promotion. Even PFL doesn't really have a deep roster when it comes to heavyweights. I mean, it's like same thing with WMA. I mean, WMA heavyweights. I mean, even light heavyweights. I mean, these other promotions they don't really have the best guys out there fighting. Yeah, I think the fight could be absolutely terrible past round one. It could be a slop fest. I mean, if they don't really, their grappling just cancel each other out. I think RDR should be the better grappler overall. Take him check out a Monkey Man. It's on Prime. Punjabi action movie. It's pretty badass. I'll check it out, bro. I just haven't been watching a lot of like movies recently. But I'll check it out for sure if you tell me. He might be slowing down, but I guess we will see. Who GM3? I mean, I don't know. Is he slowing down? I mean, just looks the same. I mean, that's the way he's been since he's been in the UFC. I mean, he looks the same every fight. He'll like keep it kind of competitive on the feet. Like, his striking has definitely gotten better than it used to be. Like his striking was horrible before, like a few years ago. And his striking is actually a lot better now. He's been throwing more kicks out there, light kicks. He's been mixing it up pretty well. Wrestling, I don't think his wrestling is all that great, but if you start getting tired, that's when he can level change and like take you down and mix in takedowns. I'm gonna go the Ritter, and then the Ritter can then get this one done. But minus 300 for a guy making his UFC debut, it's probably because the matchup is really good for him. So I'm gonna pick him. I think we could see a finish here. The Ritter round one submission. I mean, GM3's been subbed so many times, so it could happen in the first round. It'd be pretty impressive if he goes out there and finishes Mirror by submission. I mean, because normally Mirror is the one finishing people by submission, but we've seen him get subbed before, so it's not like this guy has crazy BJ where he's like so good defensively. All right, let's move on to the next fight. I'm actually kind of bummed that Soap's fight was canceled because I really want to see Sopai back. Maybe it's better for him for him to take more time off and recover from that brutal KO that he took from Vinicius Oliveira. So I on the one hand, I'm like kind of happy for him that he's gonna have more time to recover from that, even though he's already had like almost 8 months now, or like how many months? I think 8 months now. So he's already had 8 months off, which is pretty good. But yeah, he's probably gonna have almost a year now to recover. Maybe they're gonna rebook that fight for December. They're probably gonna look to rebook that fight for December. I feel like it's good. It's actually good for him though that he's not fighting. But Turris is not really dangerous, so maybe it wouldn't have been bad. All right, guys. Main event now. Neil Magny taking Carlos Prates. Prates minus 800. Neil Magny minus plus 550. Neil Magny has never lost a second fight in so long, since like 2013. Is Neil Magny gonna pull out a Neil Magny on Prates? Is that gonna happen? Probably not, right? Probably not gonna happen. I mean, but I want to I'm actually thinking about taking a shot at Neil Magny's submission or like decision. I mean, decision is plus 1100. I mean, we haven't seen Prates go. I'm not saying he can't go past, he can't go the distance and win this fight on the scorecards. More than likely, he knocks him out, right? More than likely, he's gonna knock him out. But what happens if he doesn't knock him out? What if Neil Magny is able to just fucking dance around him? Like we've seen Neil Magny go out and beat guys like Jeff Neal by just fucking moving around and just being really hard to catch clean. Neil Magny's obviously hasn't looked good in quite a long time. Even that Mike Malott fight, he was losing that fight, getting out wrestled pretty easy by Mike Malott. And that Gary fight, he just really didn't have any success in that fight against Ian Gary. I mean, so Like even that D-Rod fight, Daniel Rodriguez, he was getting his ass kicked early by D-Rod, and D-Rod just gassed, trying to like get that knockout early, and he got him in submission turf choke in the third round, and that was actually pretty crazy seeing him do that. So he's got a lot of late finishes. But normally these guys are like not really taking their time. Like Pratis is one of those guys that's gonna take his time. He's not gonna go out there like if he hurts you early, he's gonna like when he drops people, he lets people back up. Like he's not gonna like go into your guard and try to play that guard game with you. Like if you watch Pratis fights, I'm sure you guys all have watched this fight. He's one of those guys that's like really like calm and composed out there. He's gonna like take his time. He's gonna find his openings, and even when he's losing fights, so like that Trevin Giles fight, he's losing early. Like he found his timing eventually. He was able to counter Trevin Giles. He showed him that knee up the middle, and that left straight is a fucking laser beam, man. This guy's left straight is definitely one of the nastiest left straights I've seen at 170. And he's so long and rangy. Like he can hit you from like even some people. I feel like some of the guys that fight him, they feel like they're probably out of range, so he's probably not gonna be able to land that left straight. But this guy's got like how much reach advantage does he have? He's got like a 78-inch reach advantage, and I mean he's fighting Neil Magny, who's 80-inch. He has an 80-inch reach advantage, but the power difference is crazy here. Neil Magny's gonna have to like fight him in the clinch, and to be fair, Neil Magny was trying to do that right against Michael Morales. He was trying to fight him in the clinch. Couldn't really do much in the clinch though. And he had a spinning elbow. I think it was spinning elbow from Michael Morales. It's the chin. I mean, he's only been chinned like a few times. But one of them was by Santiago Ponzinibbio, or Santiago landed a crazy overhand right. I mean, knocked him out. He's only been KO'd like 2 times at UFC level, so it's not bad. I mean, for the amount of fights he has at UFC level. Yeah, this is just the UFC trying to get Prates more exposure. They're trying to get him win over like a highlight reel over a guy like Neil Magny, like a walk-off KO. That's what Prates is known for, those walk-off KOs. And I feel like we're gonna see another walk-off KO here, and it's gonna be one punch walk-off KO. I could see Prates dropping him early, like getting a few knockdowns, and from Neil Magny butt scooping like he normally does, and trying to invite him to his guard. And Prates is gonna be like, "Get back up, bro. I'm gonna let you back up." It's like this was gonna happen. But yeah, he's gonna get a stoppage. I feel like because he's gonna drop him again, and the referee's gonna stop it. But this goes to we haven't seen him go past the second round, right? In the UFC, even Contender Series. I bet him a Contender Series at minus 200 over Mitch Ramirez, or his name was. What was his name? Ramirez, I think. Ramirez. Oh, he should be fighting at 155. Now he's fighting at 155, to be fair. But he's only minus 200 against Ramirez. I had him a bunch of parlays there. I was like pretty confident on him. And when I really took his time, he got taken on by Ramirez in the first round, and he was able to work his way back up pretty well. So Neil Magny, he doesn't really have the best wrestling, but he'll like mix in the takedowns when you don't expect this. So maybe he can take down Prates, but Prates is pretty dangerous off his back. And I don't see him holding on Prates for long. And I feel like Prates in the small cage, even if he gets taken on early by Neil Magny, because Neil Magny is coming off a knockout loss, so he might look to wrestle more than he normally does. I feel like Prates can use that fence to work his way back up. And he's going to be on the feet. I mean, it's going to be night and day. So Prates by KO is the pick. I mean, I'm not really so sure I should bet this second on KO. That's what I'm picking. So maybe second on KO. Maybe second, third round, fourth round KO is like plus 400, I think. So if you can find that prop somewhere, maybe you can bet the second on KO and also bet that third and fourth round KO, which is like plus 450, plus 500. I haven't bet anything in this fight, so like I'm still thinking about it. I mean, Prates, like it's unbettable, right? I knew what's gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen when you're knocking people out the way he's knocking people out there. You're not gonna be able to bet him at a reasonable price anymore because everyone knows what this guy's good at. And same thing with his teammate Mauricio Huffy, right? Mauricio Huffy's minus 900 next week at UFC 309. So we all know who Prates is. We all know who Mauricio Huffy is. So like it's like I'm probably just gonna pass on this one. Like just watch him go out there, and maybe I'll bet him when he fights someone in the top 15, because he's gonna fight someone in the probably top 10 next time. Or I might just put $10 in Magny by submission, or maybe this isn't. I mean, that might be worth a shot just for like something crazy happen, but I think Prates is not losing this one. This is a good matchup for him. Randy Brown's not fighting Prates to fight battle. Yeah, wasn't he supposed to fight Prates? I think he was supposed to fight Randy Brown was supposed to fight Prates, right? Because he's on a 6-5 win streak right now, so that probably wasn't a bad matchup for him. But I think the UFC just wants to get Prates another ranked win here. Yeah, what's going on, Hernando? How's it going, brother? Prates round 1, 2, 3 KO -180. I think that's the way he's gonna win. I feel like it's gonna be under three rounds. It's not taking him to the 4th round unless Magny's able to just fucking like get dropped a few times and just not. And Prates lets him up over and over. But yeah, it's gonna finish him. I'm gonna say like a late second on KO. You got Prates -600. Yeah, I was thinking about like a -610. I was gonna parlay with the Jastovicius, and I was gonna parlay with the Robertson, and I was like, I don't know, -600. I thought that was kind of crazy, but it's like they got even even crazier now. It makes sense though, I mean, but over 1.5 rounds, -132. I feel like he's gonna take his time. I'm gonna say like a second, like late second on kill, because he takes his time, right? He's gonna like find his openings, and unless he really wants to go out there and make a statement in the 1st round, I mean, but I feel like he's gonna take his time, and I think Magny's gonna be able to. He's gonna like look to avoid exchanging with him early. Maybe he's gonna look to take him to deep waters. Because Magny is a pretty tough dude. I mean, it's not a bum, right? You don't stay in the top 15 for this long if you're a bum. And like we gotta give Magny some respect, man. The guy's been in top 15 for so long. He's got the most ranked wins at welterweight. Not ranked wins, I mean most wins at welterweight. I think he passed GSP. Obviously, the level of opposition is like night and day, but still, you gotta respect that. He's been in the game for so long, and we've seen him go the distance. So like, there's things to like on Neil Magny's side. We've seen him go the distance. We know he can grapple. He's probably the better grappler than Prates. So like, it's not bad if you think he can avoid getting KO'd early. And he's only been KO'd like a few times in UFC, only like 2 times, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right? So Neil Magny, like, he's not a bum. He's not like Prates is fighting Kevin Giles. Kevin Giles is actually like checked out from the fight game. I mean, mentally, he could have won that Mike Malott fight last week, and Kevin Giles was like piecing him up early. And mentally, Prates was able to take his time and find that range, find the opening. He was just showed him that knee up the middle, and then he showed him that left hook because Giles was expecting another knee down there. I feel like that's what he's gonna do here. Let's fucking go grimy. That's good line use. So it's like I'm taking the under like in a long shot. Under 2.5 rounds. I think should go under 2.5 rounds. Prates, Robertson, Ruffy, parlay, bro. Like that's gonna hit. I mean, but it's like, is it worth the Prates -800? Ruffy's like, unless you got him early. Like if you got him early, that's probably not bad. But they're gonna win. I feel like they're gonna win. I mean, the lines are justified. And even Ruffy was supposed to fight. Who was he supposed to fight? He was supposed to fight Charlie. I think he's supposed to fight Charlie next week. So he's fighting James Top, who's has a pretty good chin on him though, but he's never fought anyone like Ruffy. Let's go, man. Let's go, Hernando. I did practice Curry, Silva, Evloev, Parlay. You know, Evloev line's actually coming down, right? So like last time they were supposed to fight each other, I bet him at -155, but like now the line's like it was like -240, -250. So I was like, I'm not gonna bet him -250 because it's gonna go the distance, right? That's the thing about Evloev fights. But if anyone's gonna finish that fight, it's gonna be Evloev finishing Sterling. I feel like it's not gonna be Sterling finishing him. And if it comes down to like -150, -160 is, I'll bet Evloev. I'll bet him straight on the money line. If it comes down to like -180, at least even -170, -180. Anything under -200, like probably just better take the over in that one. Yeah, I think Evloev is gonna win though. I've been picking Evloev forever. Him versus Topuria wouldn't be a bad matchup for like, because he can get problems to Topuria. I know we all want to think Topuria is this absolute beast, and he is a beast, right? But like I don't think Evloev is one of those guys that's gonna go out there and like wrestle. He's not gonna play around on the feet. Oh, if he can't get takedowns to Topuria, he's probably gonna be done for. Yeah, Evloev is actually not bad. I mean, he's pretty good. Imagine Sterling versus Topuria. I mean, I would max bet Topuria K over over Sterling. I think the K would be like -250 or something like that over Sterling. I think the odds wouldn't be better, but Topuria would be like -800 over Sterling, even though Sterling is a former champion. And I think the striking would be like night and day in that one. And yeah, Topuria is gonna be it's gonna be hard to bet on Topuria now because like he's after him knocking out Max Holloway, like it's gonna be the line's not gonna be like close that much anymore. And that's what I said in my breakdown. I mean, for my best bets that if Topuria goes out there and knocks out Holloway, like it's gonna be hard to find value in Topuria after that because there's really not a lot of matchups at 145 for Topuria. I want to I know there's rumors that Volkanovski's gonna fight him, so maybe they do the Volkanovski versus Lopez. I mean, that's not a bad matchup. I feel like. Um, let's go Useless, bro. Congrats, bro. 2K soon, guys. Go subscribe to Useless, man. Let's get him to 2K already. He's getting really close. Let's go. W's, man. W for Useless. Thanks, Nate. I see your insight all the time. Means a lot, bro. I gotta bring Nate on one of these streams someday. Let me know, Nate, if you ever got time. All right, guys. So we got through the card. Let's talk about some parlays that I like. The only parlay that I'm playing on this card is the Robertson and Jastowicius from last week. So that's the my long shot parlays. Like I don't really give those out. I mean, those are like long shot risky parlays. But I'll give you a few. I'll give you guys a few that I have. Like some. I'll give you guys one of them, which could cash. I mean, because this one, I'll give you guys a few that I'm playing on this card. But normally, like my confident picks are Robertson by finish and Robertson Jastowicius parlay. I don't know, like I was gonna parlay his and like these Malik, but like it's like I'm not even getting plus money on that one. So like they like parlay for not even plus money. Like I don't know, like it's hard to get there. I mean, for me, I want to at least get plus money, right? If you're parlaying 3 different fighters, like you're taking a lot of risk to not even get plus money. But if you got in early, like it's probably not bad. Yeah, I got Robertson by finish like 300 on that. So you better finish that fight. I mean, he's gonna finish that fight. You can still get minus 135 on that on DraftKings. And the other one that I'm playing is like small parlay, but it's like the first fight not to go distance. I mean Mullins, and then under 2.5 round Zaleski fight, Mansour by KO, Luna Panero fight not to go the distance again, and Gerald Mearshart and the Ritter over 1.5 rounds. And then that could go over 1.5 rounds because they just strike for a bit. And Carlos Prates by KO, so like only put like 25 on that. So like, and then under 2.5 rounds in the Dusky fight again. These are like small parlays for fun, just like make fights, watching fights more fun, you know. Yeah, I'm like confident using Robertson. That's my lock to be this week. Sprout would fight to not go the distance. What can go wrong, right? I was thinking about it. I was like, holy shit, I shouldn't be this confident the Sprout would fight not to go the distance. But the reason I am is because of Luna Panero. If Robertson was fighting anyone and like that's tough and like has decent cardio, I'd be kind of worried about them, and I would be kind of worried about like for it maybe it could go the distance. I mean, we might have the same referee. I mean, so hopefully we get a better referee. Hopefully it's not Mark Smith. And Mark Smith just doesn't want to stop fights. Sometimes it's pretty crazy. Like Mark Smith is one of my like least favorite referees out there. Like sometimes when he'll stop the fight when you don't want to see him stop the fight. Like you guys remember Hyder Amil versus Fernie Garcia? This guy just like he stopped the fight like when it shouldn't have been stopped. Like I hate Mark Smith so much. Even that like which fight was it? It was I think Damon Jackson versus Chepe Marisco. That fight should have been stopped. I mean, I think that was it Mark Smith? I think he was the referee for that one. So it's like hopefully we get some hopefully we get like Herb Dean's okay. Herb Dean. Hopefully we get Herb Dean for the referee for the fight. You got Julian Robertson with over 1.5 rounds. Just like player by ITD, I feel like he's gonna finish that one. But Luna Karolina, not Luna Karolina, Luna Panero. So many Luenas in the UFC, so like, I get confused sometimes. But yeah, Luna Panero, like he's got cardio for the first 5 minutes. He's gonna be in there for the first 5 minutes. I feel like. I think Luena will come out early and got that plus 100. That's not bad if you think this is going to be able to like withstand the early grappling exchanges. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Once again, thanks to Nate Brown for the gift memberships. Thanks to all the members again, guys. I'll be back at 4 p.m. today, so I just wanted to do a live preview. So I'm back now, guys. I'm going to be live for this card at 4 p.m. So I'll see you guys then. Hope you guys cash all your bets on this card and bet responsibly. Don't just go crazy on this card because it's Apex card, right? You never want to be too much You don't wanna be like too much exposed on this Apex card. Because we got a bunch of guys making their debut, or RDRs making their debut. We got Malik making his debut. So like we still have a lot to find out about these fighters. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Take it easy, guys, and see you guys later. Bye.